I'm nervous.
If PMF were a movie, what genre would it be and why?
Are you asking me? I think it would be an action movie.
I'd maybe even say action comedy. At times it can get pretty intense. We always have time to kind of have fun and laugh with each other and really just kind of enjoy the whole experience. Hi, my name is Casey. I'm a research associate at the Portfolio Management Foundation.
I'm Helaina. I'm also a research associate studying finance here at UBC Sauder.
My name is Lucas.
And my name is Manha, and we're here today to talk about the UBC Portfolio Management Foundation program.
And this thing will tell us what to answer. What is the PMF program? Seems like we're going all the way back now. Backtracking.
It started as a pool of money that was donated from people who wanted to see students really explore their passion for finance and investing.
We're able to manage a portfolio for the school. We're currently at $12 million is the value of the portfolio. And so there's 9 students in the research associate year, which is our class, and then 9 students in the year above. So those are the fund managers.
We just dive deep into all aspects of what it's like to manage a portfolio. That's everything from not only research, but also thinking about the logistics of portfolio, the accounting, the trading, and everything in between.
How is the program structured and what kind of work do you do?
The program is structured with 2 classes. There's 9 students currently in each class, the research associate and fund manager class. Fund managers are in charge of the actual investment decisions, and then the research associates are able to contribute with research, of course. So we meet twice a week in our investment meetings where we're able to make these decisions. And then every 2 months we meet with our client committee where we're able to discuss about performance, what our previous strategy has been, what our current strategy will be going forward.
What kind of support and mentorship do you receive in the program?
A lot of it honestly comes from the older class, watching how the fund managers do their thing. To me, that's a huge part of support and mentorship. But a very instrumental part is also the network of counselors and professionals that we have access to.
I'd say Leslie Wong Fellows or LWFs, which are alumni of the program, are also often very receptive. I think it's really cool how I've talked to people who are doing credit in New York or investment banking in London, and it's such a different thing. They're in a different continent than me, but they're still so receptive to helping me out and answering my questions. So I think this alumni base that the program fosters is very important and something that has helped us out a lot.
Could you share one of the best personal experiences you gained from the program so far?
I think one of the best experiences I've had so far, or one of the coolest, was last year when I went to the Vancouver CFA dinner. I got to hear David Picton speak, who's a Leslie Wong Fellow, which is an alumni of our PMF program. And he mentioned how much insight the program brought him entering the industry really early on, and it was just really amazing to see somebody who is so accomplished bring up his university experiences and how much of an impact it had on him. And I feel like it provides you so much of a connection with different industry leaders and people in finance all over Canada.
If you could sum up the PMF in one word, what would it be?
Opportunity. I feel like this is something that is so unique, and there's so many aspects of the program that I wouldn't ever have imagined being in my life. I guess managing a fund of over $10 million is one thing, but there's also so many cool things, all these firms that we're going to be meeting with is not something that was on my radar at all before I got into the program. So I think it just provides you with such a breadth of opportunities.
I would probably say rewarding. The more time I spend with my amazing classmates and doing things for the program, the more I realize how much I get out of putting each minute of effort into the program. And so, yeah, I think rewarding is the way I would summarize it.
If the program had a theme song, what would it be? The first thing that comes to mind is Succession. So I think the Succession theme song.
I would probably say something like Eye of the Tiger, because, it's all about hard work. But there was probably better answers to that, like yours.
If you could have any superpower to make the program easier or more fun, what would it be?
I think a pretty easy one would be foresight. If I could see into the future I think our work would be a lot easier.
Maybe reading other people's minds and hearing the questions that they don't ask so that you're able to come better prepared to your pitch or something like that. That would be helpful.
Yeah, that's a good one.
If you had to describe the program as a type of food, what would it be and why?
I'd maybe say a pizza, honestly. Like I think it's, I think with the program, everyone has their own kind of tastes or preferences of how they want to approach things, and there really isn't a correct answer the same way there is pizza.
Well, pineapples is the correct answer.
Yeah. Off the pizza. Pineapple's off the pizza. But yeah, I think everybody can kind of take it however they want, and you have a lot of freedom in how you want to interpret things and kind of lead it.
That was a really good answer.
I would say like a really big plate of like loaded nachos with cheese, beef, olives, anything you can find on it. You know what I'm saying? And then, because it really is, there's so much that you need to dig your hands into, and then so much to learn underneath the surface, just like with nachos.
There's this like, so I'm like South Asian, and we have this dessert called kheer, and it's like basically like a rice pudding. It takes a really long time to make. Like you have to sit by the stove like hours at a time because you have to make sure like it doesn't burn. You have to keep mixing it. And I think it's like a really good metaphor for like how like the effort you're putting in is like constant, and you have to like keep persevering. But I think like the end product is like something that's really sweet and like awesome.
I think that's better than nachos. I would have said that.
Pineapple's off.
On the pizza,
Pineapple's
I didn't
off.
want to argue
No,
with you
no,
on
it's-
the video.